Good morning and welcome to Macworld. We've got a lot of great stuff for you today. So I want to start off with a retail update, tell you how we did in Apple retail stores. You know, we've got 135 Apple retail stores now, and these are just the best place to buy not only a Mac and an iPod, but one of the best buying experiences for any product in the world. And I am really pleased to announce that last quarter we had 26 million visitors during the holiday quarter in our retail stores. I mean, think about it. This is more people than live in any state in our union but California. You know, if you're in New Hampshire, it's no big deal, but if you live in New York, I mean, everybody in New York visited an Apple store by number, you know, it's incredible. So that was pretty amazing. What was also amazing was that our retail stores had their first billion-dollar quarter. Over $1 billion of revenues last quarter, so really fantastic. And I want to congratulate them all. They worked so hard, and they did a really terrific job. Now, we've got a great Chief Financial Officer, Peter Oppenheimer, and Peter told me that if I wanted to release this figure, I also had to release the overall sales for Apple because he didn't want anybody making the wrong assumptions and getting the wrong data for the quarter. So we're going to do something we've never done before here at Macworld. I get to tell you what our revenues were for last quarter. It was Apple's, a record for Apple, the highest revenues we've ever had in a quarter. Last quarter, we sold around $5.7 billion. So, this is one for the record books. So there's a lot for these gingerbread men to be dancing about. Everybody's pretty happy. So that's a retail update. And now what I'd like to do is talk about our efforts in music. We went into the holiday quarter with the best lineup of music players on the planet. The new iPod Nano and the 5th generation iPod. These are the best music players in the world, and of course the 5th generation iPod also plays video, music videos, and now television shows as well. And we sold 4.5 million iPods a year ago in the holiday quarter 2004. And what a lot of folks have been asking us and speculating on is how many did we sell last quarter, holiday quarter 2005? And some of the estimates were getting pretty astronomical, 8 million, 9 million, 10 million. And I'm really pleased to announce today that last quarter we sold 14 million iPods. That is over 100 every minute, 24/7 throughout the whole quarter. And it still wasn't enough. So more iPods are on their way for those people that didn't have a chance to get one last quarter. And so that brings the total number of iPods sold to around 42 million. You can see the slope of this curve is going up again. And of those 42 million, 32 million of them were sold in 2005, in calendar year 2005. 32 million iPods. Okay. Now, I'd like to give you an update on iTunes. We have sold on iTunes, we've crossed over 850 million songs. We are well on our way to hitting that billion song mark in the next few months. And we are selling songs at the rate now of 3 million per day. We've seen a really nice growth in iTunes sales. And that is over 1 billion songs a year run rate. Well over. So we've seen some really great growth throughout the last year in iTunes as well. And our market share continues to be very strong, 83%. Yeah, I'm showing off some new keynote features here, too. Couldn't help myself. So, we're really, really happy with how iTunes is doing. And as you know, one of the newest things in iTunes and, of course, on iPod are television shows. And the content that we've been adding has just been spectacular. And we started selling TV shows only about 90 days ago. I'm very pleased to report that since we launched on October 12th, we have sold over 8 million videos. And we are really happy with this. Now, last week, for the first time, we added some sports. And in partnership with ABC and ESPN, we put up the bowl games. And it was really fantastic. Here's a little sampling.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pasadena, California, site of the 2006 Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. I'm Keith Jackson, and in the unprecedented partnership between ABC Sports and Apple iTunes, you're about to see a bowl blast, the 15-minute condensed version of the national championship game between the top-ranked USC Trojans and the number 2 Texas Longhorns. All the key moments from this contest right at your fingertips in the iTunes video store. And it's available for all 4 BCS games. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this special ABC Sports presentation.
So, ABC and ESPN did a phenomenal job on these 15-minute highlights. And they went to number 1. The Rose Bowl is the number 1 video now on iTunes. So they've been extremely popular. And today, we're putting up some other great new content from Saturday Night Live. This is some stuff that I've personally wanted to see from day one.
And now, another episode of Samurai Delicatessen.
Good morning, dear. How was your sleep phase?
Sufficient.
All the great stuff here, all the great stuff, the best of stuff, and all the great skits that you remember, you're going to be able to buy on iTunes starting today, this great Saturday Night Live content on iTunes. We're also introducing a new accessory for your iPod today, which is a remote control that's also an FM tuner. And it's a little thing that clips on your clothing anywhere you'd like, is a great remote control, but also includes an FM tuner. And so you can plug this into your Nano, you can plug this in to your 5th generation iPod, and when you do, a radio menu item will show up in the top menu. And when you select it, boom, you get screens like this. You can set your presets. It's really nice. And it's going to be priced at $49, and it goes on sale today. And last, I want to give you an update on Chrysler. For those of you that missed it at the Detroit Auto Show, Chrysler is the first of the big 3 American auto companies to announce major iPod integration support for their cars this year. Over 3 million Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep models are going to offer optional iPod integration this year. And when you add that to all the other cars that are doing the same thing, in 2006, over 40% of the cars sold in the US will offer iPod integration. I think that's phenomenal. Over 40%. So that's an update on what we're doing in music. And the last thing I've got is a new ad I wanted to show you, a new iPod ad. You know, in our October event, we were so lucky to have Wynton Marsalis come and play for us. And he really blew us all away. And after that, we asked ourselves, wouldn't it be great to do an ad with Wynton and his music? And we've done one, and it'll start running soon. And I'd like to premiere it for you right now. So let's go ahead and run it. So, that's what we're up to in music. 14 million iPods. But it's Mac world. So we're going to spend the rest of the day talking about the Mac. Now, I'm going to start off with a very important application we introduced a few months ago called Aperture. Aperture is for digital photographers. We see Aperture as being the tool for digital photographers in the same way that Final Cut Pro is for digital filmmakers. And it's an incredible tool designed hand in hand with digital photographers for digital photographers. When we launched the product, we created a video for it, and I'd like to just show you some excerpts from that video now to give you a feel for the product. So let's go ahead and run that.
Very nice. In the beginning, one of the reservations I had with digital was the capture mode. Slow as molasses. That delay, they fixed that. The size of the files, they fixed that. And then for me, the longest period stretch now has been the software for post-production. I think Aperture is a quantum leap in the direction of where we all thought we could be. You know, initially I thought maybe the application was designed strictly for professional photographers. While it may have been, it is user-friendly enough that I think the amateur is going to love this program and what it will do for them. When I used to show my proofs was to just hand them off to the client and they would take them home and then bring them back later. Now with Aperture, what I could do is set up the two 30-inch screens and they can sit and relive their wedding.
Oh, that is a great shot.
The way I used to deal with the proofs and lay it out for an album or a design is I would lay them out on a coffee table. And I would look at them and move them around and say, okay, maybe these two work well together. The feature that Aperture has is that you can lay this out on the screen like if it were an album already. The speed that Aperture handled all these raw files, it was incredible. I've never seen anything do that before. Yes, finally, someone thought the way I'm thinking about post-production.
What amazed me about Aperture is, first of all, I can edit now, and I'll be excited to do it because it's faster. I can loop things. I can stack them. I can put them in categories. It just blew me away. It really did. I mean, Aperture just blew me away.
I can bring it in, pick my selects, organize them in any way. I can keyword them. I can make a contact sheet into a PDF. You can upload them to a web gallery very quickly. Touch of a button and it's on the web. Just runs you from beginning to end flawlessly.
I like to shoot in bursts and sort of like rapid little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. You just take a thumbnail, put them in different order, and all of a sudden they're reordered in the stack. On average, a college football game would be maybe 1,000 images. The bad news is raw files take so long to work with. And now you can modify it, you can do anything you want with it, and it's instantaneous. It's unbelievable. I suspect that I'm going to stop shooting JPEGs. I can take a picture and do a white balance on it, have the original thing side by side, change some color saturation, and then choose the one that has the adjustments that look the best. And that's really the beauty of all this. I mean, it's not just replicating something that you've done for years on a light table. It's the fact that you're replicating what you've done on a light table and moved it into the 22nd century. Stanley Kubrick would be jealous.
So, we think this is going to be a really important product, and if you haven't seen it, I'd suggest you check it out. Another thing I now want to talk about is widgets. When we introduced Mac OS X Tiger this last spring, we introduced the concept of widgets, and it's been growing ever since. There are now tons of widgets. As a matter of fact, between the ones we've created and the ones that third parties have created, there are now over 1,500 widgets available for OS X Tiger. And we decided, boy, we better do a few more of our own here to contribute to that pool. So we've got a few more new widgets that we're rolling out today, a new Google widget, so you don't even have to go to Safari. You can just type this in Dashboard, and boom, brings up Safari and finds your result. We've got a new front end to address book. We've got a new widget just in time for the ski season here to give you snow conditions, your favorite ski place. We've got a new calendar widget. We've got white pages, so in addition to yellow pages for looking up businesses, you can look up people in white pages. And we've worked with ESPN. We have some new sports widgets that give you scores as well as news for a variety of different sports. You know, here's basketball and baseball and football, and there's golf and tennis and all these other things. So how do you get these widgets? Well, we've got a new release of Mac OS X Tiger, an update that's going out today, free update, 10.4.4. You can download it today, and you'll get all these new widgets. Yeah. Now, I'd like to talk about iLife. You know, Apple pioneered writing applications specifically for our emerging digital lifestyles. We were talking about this years before anyone else, about how all your photographs were going to be on your computer, how all your music was going to be on your computer, how all your digital movies were going to be on your computer. And we could write these great applications that could make that so much richer and allow us to really turn unedited video into movies, and to manage the thousands of digital photographs we were going to have, etc. And we brought that together into a suite called iLife a few years ago, and it's been miles ahead of anything you can get on the PC. Well, today we're introducing the next revision of iLife, iLife 06, and it's a giant new release. It's going to propel us even further ahead of anything else in the world. So, iLife 06. Now, iLife, as you know, is comprised of iPhoto, iMovie, iDVD, GarageBand, and iTunes. So let's start in with iPhoto. iPhoto. First of all, in this release, it is incredibly fast. We've spent a lot of attention on performance, and you're going to love it. It just flies on this release. And the prior release of iPhoto, the limit was 25,000 photos. The new limit, up to 250,000 photos. That is 1,000 photos a month. For 20 years, you don't even get to 250,000 photos. And it just is beautiful, and it scrolls like butter. So, up to 250,000 photos. Scrolls like butter. Wait a minute. Hot knife through butter. Up to 250,000 photos. Next, full screen editing. This is really nice. It allows you to use these gorgeous displays we have on our computers to their fullest for you to edit and select your photos. So you can see your photos full screen. You can get your controls at the bottom here. You can get your slider view of all your photos at the top. You can bring up things to adjust your photos, all using the full screen. And these things just disappear when you don't need them. In addition, you can use the full screen for doing compares. You can compare up to 8 photos at once and select your favorites. It's really nice. So full screen editing. We think this is going to be pretty big. Next up, one-click effects. This is great. We have a panel now, the effects panel, which has 8 of the most popular effects on it, plus 1 click in the middle to get back to the original. You can click on these effects more than once to double or triple the effect if you want to. And so you can have something, let's say in full screen mode, bring up the effects panel and say, I want to make this black and white or sepia. I want to take out some color and make it an antique effect. And you can, of course, combine these things, blur the edges, and bring a vignette in. And you can do this in a few seconds. And again, just hit the center button, boom, get back to the original. One-click effects. All new cards, calendars, and dramatically better books. As you know, we've had the ability to create books. We have made that much, much better. We have all new printing, much higher quality. I think you're going to love it. And we still have hardcover books, softcover books, but the quality is dramatically better. So fantastic books now. And we've added calendars, so you can make your own calendars like this with all your own photos in them. By dragging and dropping or just having it autofill with your albums. You can drag photos onto dates. You can make comments and notes. It's pretty wonderful. And we've got some great templates for them as well. Look at these. They're really nice. And we've added cards. A lot of requests for this. And so you can make cards super easy, just like this. Order them online. We have postcards as well. And so literally you can make something like this in, a minute or two. Push a button, order them online, have them arrive at your door. So new cards and calendars and dramatically improved books. And something incredibly new, photo casting. This is podcasting for photos. Now, what is this? We want to all share our photos. And increasingly, we'd like to share them over the internet. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to do that where every time I updated an album full of photos, people who could subscribe to that would automatically get their photos updated as well? That's what photo casting is. And the way it works is you just go into iPhoto and you go to the source list here, and you pick an album that you want to photocast, let's say these two, and you push a button. You say, I want to photocast these albums. And it puts that little symbol next to them, and it automatically in the background uploads all those photos to .mac. You can even say, I want a password on these things so not everyone can subscribe to them if you'd like. And then someone can subscribe to this photocast. And when they do, they get a special album in their source list, which says, this is a subscribed album. And so what happens is that I've got some photos, and I drop them in to an album that I've photocast. They are automatically in the background, uploaded to .mac, all the changes, if I've deleted any, added any, all those changes are uploaded to .mac, and then anyone who is subscribed to those, they can sample .mac hourly, daily, weekly, or manually. Whenever there's a change, those changes will get downloaded right into their subscription album right there, and they can use those photos for anything they want. They can make cards out of them, they can set their desktop pictures with them. And so imagine this. I've got pictures of my kids. I simply drop them in an album that I've set up, maybe with my parents, and like magic, they show up on the desktop screen of my parents' computer. They can see their grandkids. It's like magic. If you take away the machinery, it's just like magic. It's amazing. Now, you must be a .Mac member to publish, but we use industry standards, RSS, and so anyone can subscribe. You don't even need a Mac. You can use any RSS reader to subscribe. So, these are the big new features of iPhoto, and I'd love to give you a demo now. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and launch iPhoto here. And so I've only got 25,000 photos in here, but with 25,000 photos, you can see how nice it scrolls, and you get this little viewer to tell you where you are in terms of dates or album names or role names, whatever you'd like. And so we're going to go full screen editing. Let me just select a photo here, and I just say I want to do full screen. Boom. And we're editing here. Here's all the controls, and I can zoom around here and pick other photos and go anywhere I want to. Boom. Pretty nice. And so I'm going to stop right here, and I'll bring up the Adjust palette, and I could adjust the exposure here if I wanted to, do whatever I'd like. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the Effects palette and show you how that works. Excuse me. I'm just going to boost the color, and again, I could just hit this a few times and keep boosting it or go back to the original. I'm going to boost it once, and I'm going to go ahead and antique it and hit Vignette maybe a few times. And this is, you know, maybe do an edge blur. And this is what I can do to make something like this in just a few seconds. Boom. And that's it. So this is what you can do now with the Effects panel. Let me show you a little bit about cards and calendars. Let me go to Cards, and I'm going to go ahead and pick a photo here and say, let's make a card out of this. And I'm going to choose birthday right here. And this is all I need to do to make a card. I could type in the details of the party, but I can also just click on anything and, you know, zoom it up and, you know, pan it around and get it just right if I want to. Whatever I'd like. Very easy to do. And that's how simple it is, you know, to make a card. I can change the background of the card if I want to, you know, different colors and things like that. Maybe I want to go with this one. And I can change it to different themes as well. I can say, you know, let's make a card. Maybe I want one like this. So it's really, really easy to go ahead and select these things. Now, let's go back to the library here. Let's say, let's go select an album here, and let's make a calendar. I just push calendar down here, and I've got a bunch of themes for my calendars. I'm going to pick the one that says big date so we can all see the dates on it. And I can set this to start in any month. I can have a calendar be more than 12 months if I'd like. I can show national holidays from a bunch of countries. I'll pick the United States. I can import iCal calendars, show birthdays from address book, whatever I want. And so here, it's going to go ahead and make me a calendar. And I can place all the pictures manually if I want, or I can just auto-flow it, and it'll do it for me. And it's made, you know, made all these pictures. I can go to this one and say, you know, I really want more. Maybe I'll put 3 pictures on this page, and maybe I'll go pick up a few extra pictures and, you know, just put them right up here. I can also put, you know, pictures on any date just by dropping them down here and like this. And you can just, again, you can go see these. They're really nice, really high quality. And they're just gorgeous. So this is how we do calendars and cards. Now I'd like to show you photo casting. So I've got an album here that's called Photos for Grandma. And this is where I'm going to just drop photos in that, you know, I want to show up on Grandma's computer. Excuse me. So all I have to do is click this Photocast button here. And I can decide the quality. I can say actual size or pick some smaller qualities. I'll just pick actual size. I can decide whether I want to automatically update them whenever I change the album. Well, I do. And I can decide whether I want to require a name and password to subscribe. I don't. And I just say I publish these. And so it's going to just upload them to .mac. It just did that, and it says, would I like to announce my photocast? And I say, sure. And so I'm going to say, you know, Grandma Taylor, send her an email, and boom, right? So I've sent an email to Grandma Taylor. Well, let's use fast user switching and pretend I'm Grandma Taylor. And here's Grandma's system over here, and we're going to pretend she just got this email here. This is what it looked like. And all Grandma Taylor has to do is click on this, and boom, it launches iPhoto, puts the subscribed album right here, and puts the photos in it. Now, what is so great about this is that you know, you can take one of these things, and again, you can do anything with it. Let's go, you know, let's go make that card again. You know, boom. I can make a card with one of these things. I can do anything I would normally do with my own photo album. Now let's go back. So I'm going to go back to my album, Photos for Grandma, and let's say I'm going to delete a bunch of them. I'm going to delete these, and let's say we got a new puppy. And so I'm going to take these 3 photos here of our new puppy, and I'm going to drag them into my album, which is Photocast here, and it will automatically upload them. And I'll go back to Grandma Taylor, and this could be, again, set to check, you know, hourly, daily, weekly, or manually. I just clicked it to check manually. It just checked, completely updated. And again, you know, again, I can do whatever I want with these photos. So it's very, very easy. And here we have photocasting. So that is what I want to show you on iPhoto. Pretty cool. So these are the biggest features, and we think iPhoto is just a phenomenal new release. Next up is iMovie. Now, iMovie last year, we added HD, and boy, was that the right thing to do, because the cost of HD cameras has really come down. You can get an HD camera now for under $1,600, and they're continuing to drop. And this is great. So you can actually edit HD right in iMovie. For this year, we're adding something called animated themes. And rather than try to tell you about it, I just want to show it to you. It's remarkable. Real-time effects and titles, some new audio tools, some new sound effects. You can have more than one open project at once, which has been a huge request in iMovie. To export to iPod, it's one command now. It'll go ahead and compress it and put it in the exact format to export your movie to put right on your iPod. And you can create video podcasts, do the same thing right in iMovie, and just say, make this a video podcast. So I want to show you these animated themes. So let's go over here, and we'll go ahead and put away iPhoto. And we'll go ahead and bring up iMovie. And let me show you these themes, first of all. These are pretty remarkable. So as an example, here's one of them. And all I do is I have these drop zones. So I load my photo or movie into it, and it will composite this on top. I can change all the text and everything else. Here's another one. And again, you'll see these in the movie, but that would be my photo or my movie on top of this bench. Here's another one. I drop my photos in. It'll crinkle them and unfold them right on this paper. Here's another one. And all these pieces to the motion theme that are going to be my content animated in a wonderful way. So let's go see what a movie could actually look like then. Let's go play a movie here.
Portegazzone con un stemma a rete, una cupolella che vi si era alzata, passa scampanianna pattuleta, con mano a papà te fa guardare. Tu vuoi fare l'americano, americano, americano, senta a me chi ti fa fan. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma se bevi whisky e soda, poi ti senti disturbato. Tu abballo rock and roll, tu gioca a baseball, dei soldi per camella, chi te li dà la borsetta di mamma, tu vuoi fare l'americano, americano, americano, ma se nati in Italia, sienta a me non c'è sta niente, fa ok napolitano, tu vuoi fare l'americano.
Isn't that amazing? I think that's pretty amazing. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to just want to show you something else, which is a few of the other themes here real quickly. You can pick. This is not all of them, but gives you a feel for what you can do.
I was watching. Bye, Hollywood. On the other side. Bye, Hollywood. 15 people telling me to move. I got moving. The dinosaurs. It's on cars turning wheels around. Said 39 times that I love you.
Pretty cool. So, you can make these movies really easy now with iMovie with these amazing animated themes. And I'd strongly encourage you to check it out. I think you're going to really like it. So, a great release of iMovie. Next up, iDVD. iDVD, we've added widescreen menus now, so you can make widescreen DVDs, which is really great. And enough of us have widescreen TVs that it's really fantastic. And we've got something new called Magic iDVD, where if you want to make a DVD, you don't really have enough time to get in there and have fun. You just got to make it quickly. What you can do is bring up Magic iDVD. You can choose a theme right here. A lot of themes to choose from. You just simply drop your movies in. You can drop your photos in. You can even drop whole photo albums in, and they'll each be separate slideshows. And of course, you have your iLife media browser here to have access to all your movies and photos. Really easy, so it's just a simple drag and drop. You push a button to create a project, you push another button to burn the DVD, and that's it, and boom, makes the whole DVD for you. It's really nice. And the quality of the DVDs is quite something. We've got new themes, vastly improved slideshows. The editing in terms of going into the map view and being able to change your DVD all around is dramatically improved. And we support third-party DVD burners. So it's a very nice release of iDVD. In the interest of time, I'm not going to demo it today, but check it out. It's really pretty great. Next up is GarageBand. We've added a lot of great stuff to GarageBand, but I'm going to focus on one thing to demo today and to talk about, and that is we have added a podcast studio to GarageBand. We think GarageBand is now going to be the best tool in the world to create podcasts. And so what we've done is we've added a podcast artwork track, over 200 royalty-free sound effects, and over 100 royalty-free jingles. We have an automatic ducking effect. You know what ducking is? I didn't know what this was either. When you add a soundtrack underneath your voice, when your voice comes on, it automatically lowers the volume of the soundtrack, and then when your voice stops, it automatically raises it back up, all automatically. It's called ducking. Speech enhancer, so you can use the microphone right on your computer and it makes it sound terrific. So that's pretty useful. And if you want to have interviews with remote people, you can use iChat to do these interviews, and it actually records them now right into GarageBand, and they sound pretty terrific for remote interviews. So this is the podcast studio built right into GarageBand. Again, it's pretty great. Let me go ahead and give you a demo. All right, let me launch GarageBand. So, the first thing is I'm going to lay down an audio track here. So let me go ahead and record something. Okay. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast, Super Secret Apple Rumors. Featuring the hot... I got this all timed out. You gotta let me do this here. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast, Super Secret Apple Rumors, featuring the hottest rumors about our favorite company. I have some pretty good sources inside Apple, and this is what I'm hearing. The next iPod will be huge, an 8-pounder with a 10-inch screen. Also, Apple's working with other companies to get iPods everywhere. Well, that's all for today. See you next week. All right, so here's my podcast, right? And I'm going to go ahead and select the podcast track here, and I'm going to select my media viewer, and I'm just going to drag the artwork I want right down in here, and this is going to be the artwork for my podcast. That's kind of cool. And I'm going to move my voice track over a little bit maybe, and I'm going to just drag my artwork up that I want for my podcast right here, maybe over a little bit like that, and then maybe you know, something right in here, the Apple Campus, and maybe some of that hot news on the iPod right here, and maybe that right there, and maybe we'll end with, whoops, no, I didn't want that. Maybe we'll end with that one right there. Okay. So here we go. We got ourselves a podcast. We could go back to the beginning and... Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast, Super Secret Apple Rumors, featuring the hottest rumors about our favorite company. I have some pretty good sources inside Apple, and this is what I'm hearing. The next iPod will be huge, an 8-pounder with a 10-inch screen. Also, now let's go ahead and go get some music, and I'm going to go through those jingles and things like that, and I picked out some that I like, and so, you know, got a few here. Let's go with this one. Also, Apple's working with... Sorry. All right, let's just drag this up here, right into here. And so let's go ahead and take a listen. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast, Super Secret Apple Rumors, featuring the hottest rumors about our favorite company. I have some pretty good sources inside Apple, and this is what I'm hearing. Now, there's another one I like even better, so I'm going to take this one out, and I like this one even better. All right, so this is going to be my podcast here. Let's see. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast, Super Secret Apple Rumors, featuring the hottest rumors about our favorite company. I have some pretty good sources inside Apple, and this is what I'm hearing. The next iPod will be huge, an 8-pounder with a 10-inch screen. Also, Apple's working with other companies to get iPods everywhere. Well, that's all for today. See you next week. So, pretty cool, huh? Okay. So that is the podcast studio, which is now built in to the new GarageBand. So again, These are some of the features of it. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to be the best way in the world to create podcasts. And we think people are going to like it a great deal. Now, of course, since we're talking about GarageBand, we have jam packs as well. We have a new jam pack that we're announcing today, World Music. So you can check that out as well as the other three, the rhythm section, the remix tools, and the symphony stuff. So that is GarageBand. Now, we've got these great 5 applications that are part of the iLife suite. And what they're all about is allowing us to express ourselves creatively, right? Our music choices, our digital photography, our digital movies. And we want to share these things. We want to share these things with our friends. We want to share these things with our families. And increasingly, we want to share them over the internet, right? That's what photocasting is all about, which is terrific. But increasingly, a lot of us want to build a website and share these things. And so today, we are introducing a 6th app in the iLife suite to allow us to do exactly that. We're introducing a new app that's going to allow us to share our digital photos, share our digital movies and video podcasts, to share our tastes in music, and to share our blogs and other types of podcasts as well with people. And we call this new app iWeb. Now, there's apps out there that let you build websites, right? There's some apps that are really easy to use. That's the good news. But the bad news is they build pretty simple and oftentimes ugly websites. There are some terrific apps, some professional apps, that let you build beautiful websites, but they are way too hard for mere mortals to use. And so in the iLife tradition, what we want to do is make something super easy to use that lets you build beautiful websites so simply, so easily. That's what iWeb is about. So, iWeb. Apple designed templates that you can modify that give you beautiful websites. You have the iLife media browser with access to all your digital media. You have online photo albums. You have blogs and podcasts. You have one-click publishing to .Mac, and it's really easy to use. You basically pick a theme, and each theme's got these pages, a welcome page, about me, photos, movies, blogs, podcasts. You can make them into anything you want. You have your iLife media browser. And so you can say, let's take a page, an about me page. You can make a page like this in a few seconds, right? Bring in your photos, whatever you'd like. Here's a photo page. Just drag in an album. You've got yourself a photo page. Create blogs in seconds and update them whenever you'd like, just by adding an entry, deleting an entry. Very easy. And the same with podcasts. And all of the RSS stuff, all the subscription stuff is all done automatically for you. And when you're done creating a website, you push one button, and it's automatically uploaded to .Mac and published on .Mac. So that anybody with any browser on any computer can just look at your website. And this is what it would look like. They go to your photo page, this is what it would look like. And if they have a modern browser, we've got this great photo viewer that uses some Ajax technology. It lets you go forward and previous and actually scroll between your slides. So it works great in IE, obviously works great in Safari, Firefox, etc. So anybody can view these. Here's your blog page. Again, if you subscribe to these things, any RSS reader, subscribe to your blog. And on your podcast, if somebody says subscribe, boom, iTunes on Mac or Windows will subscribe to that podcast. It's that simple. And so I'd like to show you, let's go ahead and build a website. All right, let's launch iWeb. It's right here. And we're going to go ahead and pick modern here and We'll pick About Me. I'm going to bring up the media browser here. And I got my beach trip photos. And I think we'll just go ahead and put Allie there, and maybe we'll get rid of this. And what we'll do is we will go ahead and bring up the inspector. We'll just turn reflections on. See how that reflection turned on there? And maybe we'll put her name here, Allie Keene. And we'll move this over here. And we'll just drag it. Let's say we want to drag another photo in here. We just drag a photo in, and we can mask that photo. Let's say we don't want quite as much of it. Maybe we just want, maybe that much of it. And maybe we want to rotate it a little bit, make it a little bigger. And, we can drop some other photos in here, whatever we'd like. And I can go get some music if I want to. And let's say I get my favorites right here, and I just drop this playlist right over here, and boom, it's going to provide pointers to the iTunes Music Store for all those songs so that anyone can go preview them. So, this is the About Me page. Now I want to add another page. Let's see here now. I'm going to add another page. I'm going to add a photos page. And I'm just going to drag these beach photos in here. And boom, there's all my photos. And again, I can move them around and put them in any order I want to. And there's my photos. And I'm going to change the one up here. Maybe I'll put this up here. And maybe change this. My photos. And the other thing I want to do is I want to just drag this photo album right up on top here. And this is another way that people are going to find out about photocasting, because in addition to just watching the slideshow, they can actually subscribe to this photocast now just by hitting this button. So there's my photos. And now I'm going to make a blog. And so I'm going to go pick a blog page. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to say, OK, this is going to be day 1. And maybe it's cycling. And I'm going to just change the photo right here. And I'm going to add another entry, day 2, maybe hiking. And just drop another photo in there. And maybe another entry, day 3, surfing. And I'll add another one in here. And again, this is going to do everything for me, including handle all the RSS stuff and the subscription stuff. And that's really great. And so maybe I'll just drop another photo in here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Maybe I'll drop this one in here. OK, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a podcast page. And I'm going to go back to audio here. And let's see now. I've got a podcast that somebody made that I can just drop right in.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Learn to Surf podcast.
And so this is called Learn to Surf. And that's kind of cool. But let me tell you something else that's really cool. I'm going to go back to GarageBand here. I left this open. And I'm going to go up to the Share menu. And all I have to do is say Send Podcast to iWeb. And boom, it's going to go ahead and mix down this podcast, put it in all the right formats, package up the artwork and everything it needs to do, and send it on over to iWeb. And iWeb's going to say, do you want to put it in a blog or a podcast? I want to put it in a podcast. And boom, there we go. I've got my podcast right here. And there it is. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly. So now what I do is, and maybe I could go ahead and put another photo in here if I want to. I'll put maybe that one in there. OK. And now what I'm going to do is publish this. I just literally hit the Publish button, and it's going to publish this to .mac. And it's going to upload it. It's going to generate all the HTML and the RSS feeds and all that kind of stuff. And now it's going to say I could announce it, but I'm just anxious. I'm going to just visit the site now. I'm going to put this over on the side, and I'm using Safari now, but I could use any browser. Again, you know, I can just pick one of these songs. I have no idea which one. But boom, I'm in iTunes, and you know, I'm previewing the song. All right, thank you. And so now I'm going to go in. It's already made my menus and everything for me. I'm going to go into Photos here, and here's my photos. Of course, I could see them just by clicking on them. But what I really want to do is just watch the slideshow. And again, this will cycle through the photos for me. I could cycle through myself. I could go up here and just randomly select some if I wanted to. No problem. So that's pretty cool. And I could subscribe to this photocast just by hitting this. It opens iPhoto, puts it in here, and it will download these photos here. And I've subscribed to this photocast. Pretty cool. Let me go to my blog. Here's my blog. And again, I can go read these. Boom, you know, real simple. And again, I could subscribe to this blog. And here's my RSS reader, whatever RSS reader I had. Boom, I've subscribed to this blog now. And let me go to podcast. Here's a podcast again, that podcast we made. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my weekly podcast. All right. And if I want to subscribe to that podcast, boom, iTunes pops up, and here it is. I'm subscribed, whether I'm on a Mac or PC. I'm now subscribed to this podcast. So we've built a website in a few minutes that's got 4 pages here. Of course, you can go back and update it anytime you want. And it's got my photo albums, my blogs, my podcasts. I can add blog entries whenever I want. This is what iWeb is all about, how to make gorgeous websites very quickly with all of your rich media to share with your family and friends. So, these are some of the themes that you can start with. Again, you can see you can modify these to do anything you want, but these are just some of the templates that you can start with iWeb. And add things, subtract things, change things around, do anything you'd like. And that's but a few of them. So iWeb, your digital photography, your video assets, your favorite music, and your journals, your blogs, your podcasts. So iWeb now joins the rest of the iLife apps, the 6th iLife app in this incredible suite. And iLife is going to keep its same price of $79. And iLife is available today. In addition, we have a $99 family pack, which lets you put it on up to 5 computers. This has got to be the deal of the century. And iLife comes free on all new Macs. Now, in the course of talking about iLife, we'd ended up talking about .Mac quite a bit. Right? You can see that we're starting to connect these things quite a bit in photocasting and in iWeb in other ways. We've done the same thing with Tiger that we introduced this last spring, where you can sync things like your Safari bookmarks across multiple Macs and stuff. .Mac is really taking off. And I'm pleased to report that we have crossed over 1 million subscribers to .Mac. 1 million subscribers. And we anticipate this growth rate to continue. So, iLife and .Mac. There's one other product that I want to tell you about today. We have a new version of iWork. You've seen a little bit of it up here, Keynote and Pages. And I want to just give you a little bit of an overview of some of the features. 3D charts. We have 3D charts now in both of these. We have advanced image editing, so you can do a lot of the stuff, the masking and the image editing that you can do. In the other applications, we have reflections built in, and you've seen that. We have freeform shapes and masking built in. We have tables with calculations now, so you can do tables and just automatically calculate the tables. And we've got some new themes and templates. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, and I don't have time to talk about this today, but go check it out on the website. iWork is a great release, and it's going to sell for $79. It is also available today, $99 in the family pack, and there is a 30-day free trial on all new Macs. So that is iWork, and these are 3 incredible products. We have new packaging for them, as you can see, and they are all available today. Okay. Now, let's talk about the computer systems themselves. We're making some of the best products we ever had, and we've had a really good year with Macs. So we started off the year selling over 1 million Macs a quarter and just did better every quarter after that. But the biggest news this year, of course, was that we announced that we were going to shift to using Intel processors in Macs. And we announced this at our developer conference this last spring. We announced that by June of this year, June of '06, we would be shipping Macs with Intel processors. So I want to give you an update today. How are we doing? Wow.
Steve, I wanted to report that Intel's ready.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I can report to you that Apple's ready too.
Oh, that's good.
We started a partnership less than a year ago to make this happen. And our teams have worked so hard together, nights, weekends, to make this happen in record time. And I want to thank you and your team for all the help. It's been incredible how our engineers have bonded and how well this has gone.
Well, thank you, Steve. And the collaboration from our side couldn't have been better in terms of working with Apple. It was energizing, it was challenging, it was fun. We did, inside of a year, something which people thought couldn't be done. We had over 1,000 people at Intel working on this project. In its entirety, what it reminded me most about was a quote that Bob Noyce, our founder, said almost 30 years ago. He said, "Don't be encumbered by history, go out and create something wonderful." Well, we did, and we did it together.
Yep. You know, one of the biggest reasons that we decided to switch to using Intel processors is because what drives us is wanting to make the best personal computers in the world. And it became very clear that the way to do that was to use some of your newest technology that you'd be rolling out this year. And we are thrilled with it. We can't wait to tell you about it. So thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Yep.
My pleasure.
Thanks. So, a little ahead of schedule. Today, we are going to roll out the first Mac with an Intel processor. It is the first of a new generation of Macs. So without any more fanfare, it is the iMac. The iMac is an incredible computer, as you know. It's got a built-in eyesight camera for video conferencing right out of the box. It's got the Apple remote in front row for the best media experience on the planet. We couldn't be happier with it, and it's gotten an incredible reception. Matter of fact, it's got the best reviews of any product we've ever released. Walt Mossberg, one of the tougher critics out there, said recently, "No desktop offered by Dell or HP or Sony or Gateway can match the new iMac G5's combination of power, elegance, simplicity, ease of use, built-in software, and security." And then he summed it all up when he said, "It's the gold standard of desktop PCs." So, we're going to put an Intel processor inside a new iMac. How do we make something this good even better? Well, we're going to offer it in the same sizes, 17 and 20 inch, because our customers love these things. We're going to offer it in the same award-winning design, which has caused people to say, well, where did the computer go? We're going to offer it with the same features, the same built-in eyesight camera, front row, the Apple remote, and all the other great features. And we're going to offer it for the same prices. So, what's different? Well, what's different is that the new iMac Intel processor is 2 to 3 times faster than the iMac G5. 2 to 3 times faster. And that is because we are building in Intel's latest and greatest technology, the new Intel Core Duo chip. This is an amazing chip that's got 2 processors on one die. It's a dual processor and a 2 megabyte L2 cache. Each of these processors is in itself faster than the G5, and there's 2 of them. And we're building this in to the new iMac, and we've got the numbers which speak for themselves. So let's take a look at them. The iMac G5 and the iMac Core Duo. Let's take a look at spec marks. Spec 2000, integer performance, the most important benchmark of computer performance. 10.2 on the iMac G5, 32.6 on the iMac Core Duo, 3.2x. And these are using the best compilers on each. IBM's compilers on the G5 and Intel's compilers on the Core Duo. For floating point, 13.0 on the G5, 27.1 on the Core Duo for 2.1. And so in the most important benchmarks of performance, 2 to 3x. Now, everything's not going to run 2 to 3x. You know, the disks aren't 2 to 3x faster, et cetera. But on the most important benchmarks, 2 to 3 times faster. Every iMac is now got dual processors in it. Every iMac. So, but it's not just the hardware. It's the software, too. Mac OS X Tiger 10.4.4 is running entirely natively on the Intel Core Duo. And that's not just the operating system. That's all the applications, too. They are all running completely natively on the Intel Core Duo. Everything we're doing now, everything Apple is doing is what we call universal. It runs on both the PowerPC and Intel processors. As a matter of fact, these 2 new products we just introduced today, they are universal. The disks inside these boxes we are shipping today run on both PowerPC and Intel. And as a matter of fact, you just saw them running on Intel because I've been using a new iMac with a Core Duo processor all morning. Right here. And as I mentioned, this is bundled with every new Mac. Our Pro apps, we are going to have our Pro apps universal in March. This is Final Cut, Aperture, and Logic Pro. And if you've got the latest and greatest version of one of these Pro apps, you can trade in the discs for new universal discs that'll run on PowerPC and Intel for just $49. We call it a cross-grade for just $49. Now, all of our developers, of course, are in the process of making their applications universal too. We didn't tell any of our developers that we were going to be announcing these systems as early as today, because we like a good secret as much as the next person. But they've been marching steadily towards making universal products, and several have been announced at Macworld here already. And one of them I just wanted to point out by a major company, Quark. Quark has announced the next version of its premier product, Quark Express, is going to be completely universal, and they've announced a beta program here at Macworld, and the beta is universal right from the start. So we're starting to see things like this already. We're thrilled with this. Now, until our developers get all their apps universal, we are shipping a technology with every new Mac with an Intel processor called Rosetta. And Rosetta runs most PowerPC applications completely transparently. And one of the applications that's not yet universal that most of us use that runs fabulously under Rosetta is Office. And so until Office gets completely native, I think everybody's going to have just a fine experience running it under Rosetta. And what I'd love to do is invite Roz Ho, the general manager of the Macintosh business unit, on stage to say a few words about Microsoft Office and the Mac. Hey, Roz. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. I seem to have misplaced my white suit this morning. But white was never really my color, so that's okay. It's a pleasure to be on stage again and to be part of all the exciting things coming out of Macworld today. I'm happy to say that Microsoft's Macintosh business unit is on track to deliver universal binaries of Office and Messenger, and we've made a lot of progress already. We've worked closely together with Apple's engineering team to make sure that we have the tools we need to deliver great new versions of Office for Mac. But in the meantime, we've also worked together to make sure that current versions of Office run well in Rosetta. Our dedication to the platform and to you, our customers, is evidenced by our ongoing product updates, and today's no exception. We'll be shipping several updates to our suites very soon to satisfy user requests and to provide additional support for current Apple technologies. We'll be adding sync services to allow data syncing between handheld devices and Entourage. We're putting the finishing touches on Smart Card and Spotlight support for Entourage. We're also providing, I said, satisfy many user requests. I guess that was the evidence. We're also shipping another update to Messenger 5. All of these updates will be available via free download from our website in March. Throughout the end of January, we're partnering with Apple to provide our customers around the world up to 50% off Office when you buy a new Mac. There's never been a better time to upgrade your machine and your Office. Just in case all of that wasn't proof enough of our commitment, we're marking another milestone in our relationship with Apple. We're formalizing our commitment to this platform and to our customers with an official agreement that we continue shipping new versions of Office for Mac for a minimum of 5 years. I've said many times that Office for Mac is an incredibly successful product. 2005 was the best year for MacBoost business. This official commitment should leave no doubt in your mind that we're here to stay and we're in it for the long term.
Thanks, Rod. That was great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Roz. So, Rosetta is going to be a great bridge until we get all the apps universal. And I would encourage all the developers to just, let's work even harder in the next several months and get these apps universal and get them out there. So I'd like to just show you a demo of a few things running over here on this machine we've been using all morning. Let me go put this away and bring this up. And let me go ahead and just launch Microsoft Word here. And again, you can just see, you know, scrolling through Word. It's really nice. Performance is really good in Office. And I think everybody will have a great experience using it in Rosetta. It works like a champ. Now, let me show you another one. This is Photoshop running in Rosetta. And Photoshop always takes a second to load. But this is one of these kinds of demos we used to do to show off performance. It's one of these posters being built, like you would see being built in Hollywood. And all right, so let me just go ahead and say, let's rock and roll here. And this is doing some pretty fierce calculations, filtering, compositing, etc. Scaling. And so, while the performance of Photoshop is not going to be strong enough in Rosetta for a professional that spends hours a day on Photoshop, it's going to be great for most of us who use Photoshop occasionally, even under Rosetta. And lastly, I just wanted to show you Safari, just how fast this is on these new machines. It's just instant. You know, let's Macworld, boom, you know, iPod, boom. It's instant. And so when you get your hands on one of these machines out at the booth, I think you're going to like it. So, 2 models of the new iMac, 17-inch with a 1.83 gigahertz Core Duo, very fast front-side bus, 160 gigabyte drive. We got much faster graphics, an ATI Radeon X1600, wireless networking, iSight, and Apple Remote for $12.99, and a 20-inch model, a little beefier, faster processor for $16.99. And again, these machines 2 to 3 times faster in the spec benchmarks, and they are shipping today. So, we could not be happier with this. This ushers in a new generation of iMacs. This is the first, based on Intel processors, using not old technology, but Intel's latest and greatest technology, the new Intel Core Duo, which we're very happy with. And we are going to be transitioning our entire product line this calendar year. So throughout the months of this calendar year, you will hear about announcements as each product line transitions over, and we will have them all transitioned over by the end of this calendar year. Now, we've made an ad just to let people know what we're doing, a TV ad, and I'd like to premiere it for you now, if I could. So let's go ahead and run it.
The Intel chip. For years, it's been trapped inside PCs, inside dull little boxes, dutifully performing dull little tasks, when it could have been doing so much more. Starting today, the Intel chip will be set free and get to live life inside a Mac. Imagine the possibilities.
Well, I'm glad you like it. So, this is what we're up to today, and I'm really glad you liked everything. But there is one more thing that I want to talk about. You know, there's been this pesky little problem of the PowerBooks. You know, it's not a secret that we've been trying to shoehorn a G5 into the PowerBook and have been unable to do so because of its power consumption, being unrealistic in such a small package. We've done everything engineering that was possible engineering-wise. We've consulted every possible high authority, you know. And one of the things we said when we were switching to Intel was it wasn't just about performance, it was about performance per watt, because that was what was going to let us get these things into notebooks. So let's take a look at where we came out, performance per watt. If you take a look at the G4 chip that we have in the PowerBooks today, it's got 0.27 performance per watt. Now, to put a G5 in, which has got a lot higher performance, we needed a higher performance per watt too, so that the power didn't go up with that performance. Well, it turned out that the G5 was even worse than the G4 in terms of performance per watt, which is what kept us from doing what we wanted to. But the Core Duo was designed for this from the start. Look at that. And so it is 4 times better than the G4 and 4.5 times better than the G5. And so today we are introducing a new notebook computer that we are calling the MacBook Pro. It's a new name. It's a new name because we're kind of done with power and because we want Mac in the name of our products. So MacBook Pro. And this is the new MacBook Pro. It has an Intel Core Duo chip in it, the same as we're putting in the new iMac, which means that there are going to be dual processors in every MacBook Pro. So, what does this yield? This is hard to believe, but this is what the numbers tell us. 4 to 5 times faster than the PowerBook G4. These things are screamers. 4 to 5 times faster. Let's take a look at the numbers. So, a PowerBook G4 compared to the new MacBook Pro Core Duo. Integer, 4.5 times faster, 6.7 to 30.3. Floating point, 5.2 times faster, 4.9 to 25.6. 4.5 and 5.2 times faster. So, the new MacBook Pro is the fastest Mac notebook ever, obviously. It's also the thinnest. It's an inch thin, and it's even a hair thinner than the 17-inch PowerBook. It's the thinnest one we've ever shipped. It's got some amazing new features, too. First of all, it's got a 15.4-inch widescreen LCD display that is as bright as our cinema displays. Really bright. It's a gorgeous display. And it's got an eyesight camera built in. So now you can have video conferencing right out of the box and on the go. It's great. For those of you that ever carried an eyesight camera with you with a PowerBook, boy, this is heaven. So video conferencing to go. And let me just go ahead and give you a demo of this right now. Let's see now. Who could I call? Oh, there's Phil. Let's go ahead and call Phil. Where's Phil, I wonder? There he is.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Phil. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm out here in the audience. I got a brand new MacBook Pro with its built-in eyesight camera. It's a blast.
There's Phil right there.
This is totally cool. I can have so much fun. Watch this. Woo! The world does revolve around me.
We've known that for quite some time. This is really great. Well, thank you, Phil.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
This is awesome. So video conferencing on the go, you just saw it working over wireless networking. It just all works right out of the box. And another great feature is we've got the IR sensor and the Apple remote. And so we have front row built right in to the new MacBook Pro. So you can enjoy your media from across the room, best media experience in the world. So another really cool feature. We call this new feature MagSafe. Now, how many of you have ever had your notebook go flying off its work surface when somebody caught your power adapter cord in their foot? Right? Whether it's your pet or your kid or your roommate, well, this is going to end that. Because the MagSafe connector is a new power adapter that we've got with a new connector that's magnetically held in, and when the cord gets yanked, it just pulls right off. It works beautifully. And this is going to save us all a lot of hassle, you with getting your notebooks fixed, us with having to fix them. It's going to save us all a lot of work because it just yanks right out, nothing gets damaged, and patent pending, the new MagSafe power adapter. So, 1 inch thin, 5.6 pounds, the new MacBook Pro. It's got some amazing standard features. Just to review them, an eyesight video camera, Apple remote with front row, MagSafe power connector, backlit keyboard with the ambient light sensor, scrolling trackpad, which is fantastic, sudden motion sensor, which, as you know, Apple invented and holds all the patents for, a DVI video out, which will even drive your 30-inch cinema display if you wanted to, and, of course, full digital, optical, as well as analog audio in and out. So these are just the standard features. We're offering the MacBook Pro in 2 models, a $1999 model with a 1.67 gigahertz Intel Core Duo, 667 megahertz frontside bus, which is 4 times faster than the PowerBook it's replacing, half a gigabyte of memory, much faster graphics, again, the ATI Radeon X1600 graphics chip, built-in wireless networking, and the new Express card slot, which is the new industry standard, built right into the MacBook Pro from the start, and a $2499 model, which is faster processor, more memory, bigger hard drive, for those folks that need a little bit more. The new MacBook Pro, 4 to 5 times faster, will be shipping in February. We are taking orders starting today. If you want one, I would suggest you get your order in early. And we are thrilled with this product, and we'll be shipping them next month. So, the new MacBook Pro, it's joining the Mac family along with the new iMac. We're going to transition all of our products over to be using Intel processors through the course of this year. And if you'd like, I can show you that Intel ad one more time. So let's go ahead and run it.
The Intel chip. For years, it's been trapped inside PCs, inside dull little boxes, dutifully performing dull little tasks, when it could have been doing so much more. Starting today, the Intel chip will be set free and get to live life inside a Mac. Imagine the possibilities.
Woo. So, as you know, we had a pretty busy year last year, lots of new products. But while we were doing all those new products, all the work for these new products was also happening. And I would like all the folks from Apple that have worked on the new iMac, the new MacBook Pro, iLife, iWork, all of the OS software for these new Intel-powered Macs to stand up and just let us recognize their hard work. Thank you. These folks did an incredible job. And I'd like to recognize one other group of people, most of whom are not here today, and that's the folks at Intel who we've partnered with who've also done an incredible job helping us. I'd like to just recognize them too. Thank you. One last thing. You know, Apple was founded on April Fool's Day in 1976. We thought that was funny at the time. And what that means is that Apple will be 30 years old this April Fool's Day. And I don't know what we're going to do for it, but since we may not see many of you before then, I just wanted to point it out. 30 years making the best personal computers in the world. So, thank you. Thank you so much for coming today and learning about our new products. We've got them all out in the booth. Go get your hands on them. I think you're going to love them. I certainly hope you love them as much as we do. Thank you very much. See you soon.